and welcome to the Patriot Connection. I'm Allie Thomas.
And I'm Bailey Meredith. As you get behind the wheel of a car for the first time, you may be filled with mixed emotions. It's exciting and scary all at the same time. Patriot Connection reporter Peyton Hildreth takes a look at the subject of new drivers.
A recent study projects that the U.S. will be home to well over 200 million drivers by the end of this year. It is definitely a rite of passage for most 16-year-olds, getting a driver's license. However, it turns out teen drivers are some of the most dangerous ones on the road. Several factors include inexperience, speed, and of course, distractions. Mr. Payne is one of our driver's education teachers here at Wheeling Park. He thinks distractions are the biggest problem for new drivers.
Distractions include too many kids in the car with them, eating, listening to the radio, of course texting, being on the phone. I think that's probably the biggest issue for new drivers.
Whether it's texting and driving or hitting the roads in bad weather conditions, we all have something that makes us anxious when we're behind the wheel.
My biggest fear about driving is going over a bridge into the water and drowning.
Is hitting a deer.
My worst nightmare of driving is hitting a little kid.
Crashing a brand new car.
Other bad drivers. A lot of terrible drivers on the road. A lot of the people listening to this probably are not good drivers because they're new. But that's what scares me the most. They go too slow, they go too fast, they get too close, they don't use their signals. A lot of bad drivers out there that make it dangerous for all of us.
Be sure to be aware of your surroundings. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Peyton Hildreth.
Remember, Wheeling Park has 3 driver's education teachers. Taking this class will help you gain the valuable experience needed to get out on the road.
A senior student athlete at Wheeling Park High School is in this week's Student Spotlight. Patriot Connection reporter Emily LaFlamme explains.
AJ Walters is a senior at Wheeling Park High School and is very studious in the classroom. In fact, she maintains an impressive 4.7 grade point average.
AJ is a phenomenal role model of a student athlete. This year, she is taking college prep classes for her main courses.
I really focus on time management and getting everything done before all my evenings are filled with cheering.
AJ is also a 4-year member of Wheeling Park's cheering team. She's seen 1 state championship, 2 regional titles, and 3 OVAC titles. Anyone who knows anything about Wheeling Park cheer knows how tough it is to be on the cheer team. AJ takes Coach Shepard's critiques and constructive criticism very well.
AJ is very positive in her stunt group especially. She has a very stressful job in her stunt and she has a lot of personalities in her stunt group and she does a really good job of keeping them calm and kind of saying, okay, we need to take a break.
Supporting and encouraging her friends, AJ's classmates think very highly of her as a teammate and a friend.
She's just very encouraging and helpful around all of the aspects of school and practice.
AJ was really helpful my freshman year and became my friend right away.
After graduation, AJ hopes to become an occupational therapist studying at West Virginia University. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Emily LaFlamme.
If you would like to see anyone spotlighted on our newscast, stop by room 253 to see Mrs. Dillon or see any of our Patriot Connection staff members.
Wheeling Park High School has welcomed a new resource officer this school year. Patriot Connection reporter Ivy Nider has this story.
In June, Ohio County Schools opted to end its partnership with the Ohio County Sheriff's Department when it comes to providing security for our buildings. All Ohio County schools are now working exclusively with the Wheeling Police Department regarding school security. Wheeling Park is proud to welcome Officer Wilson to our school as a Prevention Resource Officer, or PRO. He explains his responsibilities.
Primarily our safety, with traffic outside, making sure everybody walking, buses, and everybody gets to school and leaves school safely, and safety during the school day as well.
Mr. Doyle is one of our assistant principals at Wheeling Park and oversees safety. He says having Officer Wilson around gives a sense of security and the feeling of ease.
Unfortunately, in our world today, you don't really know what's coming through our front doors. We do everything that we can to make sure this is a secure building, but you can never predict human behavior, and it's just nice to have first responders on hand at all times. They give us direct communication to any additional services that we may need, and they just keep us safe, and they give everybody that nice, safe feeling when we walk through these halls.
With an officer in our presence, people tend to feel more safe and comfortable. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Ivy Nider.
On behalf of everyone at the Patriot Connection, we welcome Officer Wilson.
Before we go on our break, it's time for Park TV Trivia with Patriot Connection reporter Joe Farmer.
October marks the beginning of the Halloween season, a time for trick-or-treating, costumes, and carving pumpkins. This week's question is, how many people in the United States carve pumpkins each year? Is it A, 50 million, B, 75 million, or C, 150 million? We'll have the answer when we come back.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day, and they're open most holidays. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low, and they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have no fees or low fees. Great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Stress. It's everywhere we go. It's at school, it's at home, and it's even on the road. Stress is a mental state caused by a difficult situation in somebody's life. Whether you're struggling with grades, facing problems at home, or dealing with personal issues at school, stress can take a toll on our physical or mental health. Manage your stress by taking short breaks, getting enough sleep, and talking to people about your problems. This message is brought to you by WPHP.
Fair play and ethical behavior.
Being a good sport means being fair, honest, responsible, and respectful.
It's treating others how you want to be treated.
It's shaking hands at the end of the game.
Good sportsmanship is encouraging your teammates when they're feeling down.
Following the rules of the game and treating players fairly.
No matter what sport you're playing, be a team player and keep a positive attitude.
Lead by example because you represent your school and your name. This message is brought to you by WPHP.
Before the break, we asked you, how many people in the United States carve pumpkins each year? Is it A, 50 million, B, 75 million, or C, 150 million? The answer is C, 150 million. The tradition of carving pumpkins began in 19th century Ireland, where the pumpkins were believed to ward off evil spirits.
Whether you enjoy that sweet summer breeze, the crackling of the fireplace during the winter time, or that last stretch of school, we all have that time of year we prefer. Patriot Connection reporter Ian Murphy recently asks Wheeling Park students and staff what their favorite time of year is.
My favorite time of year has got to be fall because everything starts to get colder.
It's usually summer because I always got a hot dog, a little bit of relish on the side, I'm munching real heavy on them.
I'd have to say it'd be fall.
Personally, I love the fall. It's the beginning of everything's new, everything's fresh for us.
My favorite time of year is fall because I love Halloween.
It's probably winter.
I like fall the best because of the seasonal weather we have and the beautiful fall leaves.
My favorite time of the year is September and October because I like the weather.
I would say my favorite season is fall because sometimes it's like nice to open your windows and get some crisp, cool air.
I like winter because of wrestling and just sports.
My favorite time of year is September because my birthday is in September.
I love the fall. I love football season, and I love the leaves changing colors, and I love the fresh weather and the holidays that go in the fall, Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Spring, because that's when my birthday is
obviously the summer. It's sunshine and pools are open and schools are closed.
Be fall because it's not too hot and it's not too cold and it's very pretty outside.
My favorite time of the year is the summer. Reporting for the Patriot Connection, I'm Ian Murphy.
If you are longing for the end of school and waiting for that relaxing summer, don't worry. You only have a mere 300 days left.
Now let's take a look at what else is going on at Wheeling Park this week.
School pictures are scheduled for this Monday through Wednesday, October 9th through the 11th. Check out Schoology for more details.
Make plans now to participate in Wheeling Park's homecoming festivities.
On Friday, October 20th, Wheeling Park will host Brooke High School for our homecoming football game. We will crown our homecoming queen at halftime.
Then, on Saturday, October 21st, we'll have our homecoming dance in Wheeling Park's gym from 6 until 9. Tickets will go on sale next week.
October 24th marks the end of the first 9 weeks grading period.
For students staying after school, you can get us after-school supper at 2:30. You'll have to scan your ID, but you cannot bring it on the bus.
Week 2 clubs meet this Friday, and Week 3 clubs meet on October 20th.
If you were unable to come to our fall open house or missed one of our sessions, the presentation slides are on Schoology. If you have additional questions about any of them, please reach out to the presenter listed. Presentations include Schoology for Parents, changes to the SAT, High School 101, College 101, and finding a career at Wheeling Park.
Students, don't forget to join your class of Schoology group. You can find the codes on Schoology.
Looking for a job? Don't forget to check out our job opportunities document on the Schoology resources page.
If you're interested in swimming for park this year, make sure you come out for lifting. See Coach Cook or Salatino for details.
On the Wheeling Park sports calendar this week, our football team is on the road again this Friday night. We will take on St. Clairsville at 7 p.m. WPHP 91.9 FM will broadcast the game live on the radio.
Our girls varsity soccer team will play in Woodrow Wilson in Beckley on Saturday at 1.
Wheeling Park's boys soccer team will travel to Washington High School on Saturday. Their game starts at 2. Good luck to all our Patriots.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's Patriot Connection. We're on WLTV 14, 7 days a week, at 6:30 a.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. For all the Patriot Connection reporters, I'm Bailey Meredith.
And I'm Allie Thomas. Have a great day.